because business has slowed down, as you mentioned, we're seeing as a result, the ports here in the U.S., the traffic has really slowed, and now thousands of dock workers and truck drivers are worried about their jobs.
That means we lose less money. You know, when I see that, that means we lose less money. Look, China was making over $1 trillion, 1.1 trillion, in my opinion. You know, different numbers from 500 billion to $1 trillion or $1 trillion. I think it was 1.1 trillion. And frankly, if we didn't do business, we would have been better off. Okay, you understand that. So when you say it slowed down, that's a good thing, not a bad thing. But we're going to make it so they can, I'd like to say they can do better, actually, in terms of the bottom line. We'd like to see China opened up so we can compete in China and, you know, give people something that they've never had, you know, access to something. That'd be great for the world. It would be great for our businesses. And I think it would be great for friendship.
It's $650 right now, and it's going up to $900.
The price of parenthood is getting even more expensive. Tariffs and the escalating trade war between the U.S. and China are driving up prices on baby products. That's putting both small business owner Elizabeth Mann and her customers in a tough spot.
We're first-time parents, so there's a lot of unknowns already with that, and then this just introduces that much higher of a degree of unknowns.
All of these boxes, for the most part, are orders that people placed in anticipation of these increased prices.
Inside Mann's store, Three Littles in Washington, D.C., parents-to-be are now rushing in to try and beat price hikes.
I think all expectant parents right now are panic buying some of their big purchases. We also kind of sped up the purchase of a crib and like a rocking chair, and as well as the car seat.
Products arriving from China are hit with a 145% tax at the border. 97% of strollers are made there.
There aren't very many products that are made exclusively in the United States, and even products that are made in the United States rely on global manufacturing for production or for their materials that they're packaging things in or shipping materials.
Those tariffs are now forcing prices to rise, something that Mann says she has little control over. It's the manufacturers that set the suggested retail prices.
I feel like we're trying to cut back a bit on everything just because it's not clear how long this is going to last.
And companies are speaking out. In an open letter in the Washington Post, Babylist, the popular gift registry company, called for an immediate reprieve from tariffs on essential baby products. The call for help was signed by top baby brands, including UPPAbaby, Munchkin, and Frida.
The bigger issue here is that customers are going to be forced to go to a secondhand market, and a secondhand market for a stroller is fine. A secondhand market for a car seat is unsafe.
This seat is not touching the car seat because we don't want it to be wedged in there, so it can't move at all.
These products are necessities. Strollers and car seats are absolute necessities. These products exist to keep children safe.
You might be wondering, what are lawmakers doing about this? What's the White House doing? Well, yesterday at a congressional hearing, the Treasury Secretary did say they're considering carve-outs for baby products from the tariffs. But when President Trump was asked about this, he said he wants to keep things simple. He's thinking about it, but he doesn't want too many carve-outs.
The tariffs are officially affecting my fashion, and I don't know what to do. I ordered these 2 pieces from Iraqi. They were a little bit on the pricier side, but I thought they were beautiful pieces, so I wanted to get them. The total came up to $685 US, which is steep, but I've been working hard, so if I want to splurge on myself, I will. As you can see, it was confirmed and it was shipped. Then about 5 days later, I received an email and it was like, UPS is going to come and deliver it, but you owe money. I was like, okay, maybe it's like a $50 shipping fee or shipping cost that I have to cover. So I click on the link and it had the audacity to say that I owed $1,155.98 American. I thought it was a scam. I thought it was a joke, so I just left it be until I got home and saw this on my door. It was not a scam. I literally owe them $1,100 on top of me already paying $600. Like, absolutely not. You can keep it at this point. But this is just a PSA anyway. Make sure you're looking at where your pieces are sourced from, or else you're going to get hit with a crazy tariff, fine, or tax, or fee, or whatever it's called.
So I placed an order for just a single pair of shoes and the order hasn't come. And me, of course, for some reason I wasn't thinking. So I just kindly messaged the business. I was like, hey, I haven't got an order notification. I ordered a while ago. I'm just checking in. And they got back to me immediately. And they were basically like, we are experiencing a slight delay due to the shipping restrictions related to U.S. import tax adjustments. We're actively working with our logistics partners to resolve blah, blah, blah. I really wanted to respond and be like, girl, I'm so sorry, America's ghetto, but I just said, honestly, no worries, thanks. And as a small business, I'm a little bit worried about this because I have these custom designs. My Sad Girl Summer launch is coming. And yeah, they're gonna have to come through customs. And I'm gonna have to get that phone call or notification of what I could potentially owe at the border. And if it's just like wild to have a single pair of shoes that I ordered that's being held up at the border, I can only imagine what 240 vessels is going to cause me. So send positive vibes, please.
Okay, wait. Tell me this is not real.
Donald motherfucking Trump, do I have a word for you?
Just got hit with a goddamn tariff.
TikTok shop creators, what the heck are we doing about these tariff prices? Because, oh my God, this has got me stressed.
We have some major breaking news right now. The United States is now on the verge of an economic crisis from supply chain issues as a result of Donald Trump's tariffs.
Tariffs have really become the chaos for our business. We have not been able to plan.
Biggest thing for us, I just want to know what's going to happen. How do we plan?
When we place an order out of Italy, for instance, most of our manufacturers have a 6 to 12 week production time internally. So if I'm placing an order today and it's not leaving until the middle of July, I have no idea now what's going to happen in 75 days.
Madagascar was slapped with a 47% tariff, of which immediately is going to impact the cost of vanilla. And those are things that we couldn't plan for at the beginning of the year. And now with the pause and tariffs, we're not quite sure. Is it coming?
Hey, it's Joe from Georgia. I just went to a paint store. It's Sherwin-Williams. And I'm having my cabinets refinished. And I've got a great person doing it. And they told me at the beginning, they said the paint that we're looking at might be expensive. But if you're going to do your cabinet, you want the best, right? So, the gallery series, we want it to be urbane bronze. And so I said, you know what? I get a discount through my company with Sherwin-Williams. So if you don't mind, I'll just pick the paint up. And of course, she was like, oh, yes, sure. So I understand now a lot about tariffs a little better because the paint I got was affected by that. $153 a gallon. $153 a gallon if I didn't have the discount through my company. I ended up paying for 3 gallons of paint $346.65. Now, I bought this paint before because I had all my interior doors done with it. And this was just about 3 months ago. It was $78 a gallon. So I just paid the tariff, the tariff that we as consumers don't pay, the other country pays. But, the same 3 gallons of paint that cost me $210 before the tariffs, $346.65. Oh, there's the receipt if no one believes that. So have a good day.
Okay, wait. Tell me this is not real. Tell me this is not real. I just last week purchased a piece, like a lace dress off of Hannah Schoenberg's brand Araki. I don't know how to pronounce it. And I know that it ships from Sweden. So I checked like the duties and the taxes due to what's going on right now. The dress was like almost $300. I think I paid maybe I did pay $300, but it was around that price point. Look at this email I just got. Prepare yourselves. UPS. You are kidding. You're kidding me. You can now pay for your GIMP AB package, which is from Araki, Hannah Schoenberg's brand. The total amount due, $539. I wouldn't even pay that on a designer bag. I would not even pay that on a designer bag, let alone a lace dress that was $300. I'm I'm going to refuse the package. I don't need that dress that bad. It's definitely not worth, close to $1,000. That's for sure. I'm what? What?
So I'm here at Home Depot getting some stuff for the move we just did, and saw something very interesting. If you think the tariffs aren't affecting things, and you think the recession's not coming, and you think prices aren't changing, I just saw Home Depot and the DeWalt reps raise something by $100. I went from $249 to $349. They said it's their biggest seller, and they said it's not the only thing that's going to change in price today. So May 1st, everything's changing. It's not just DeWalt.
Welcome to an updated list of everything increasing in cost thanks to Donald's tariffs. Cars, steel, aluminum, and lumber. All seafood, coffee, toilet paper, alcohol, peanuts, all dairy products, candy, all clothes, video games and video game consoles, all smartphones, furniture like couches and mattresses, houses. You thought you might not ever own a house? Well, now you really won't ever own a house. You were actually right about something for the first time in your life. Congratulations. You are not going to own a home. I'm just kidding. You could one day, but it's going to cost you a leg. But what's one limb when you've already lost your soul because of capitalism? And here are some brands that have announced that they're raising their prices to combat these tariffs. Target, Temu, and Shein. Ford and Ferrari. Newegg. ASOS. Adidas, Conagra. This is all happening because people don't understand tariffs, alright? The importing country, that would be us, are the ones that pay for the cost of the tariffs. The consumers do. Not the businesses, okay? Us consumers. As always, this list is ever changing and ever growing, unfortunately for us. So if you want to hear about what else is going to cost you a leg, let me know. Follow for more.
I ordered $80 worth of stuff from an Australian company. Today I get an email saying I have to pay $200 to get it shipped here. And so I'm like, okay, it's a scam. But everything checks out. So I go to track it and this is what it says. Like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, why would I pay double what I paid? And I already paid. Like, why wouldn't you tell me this at checkout? And I could have saved myself a hassle. Like, what the
Okay, this is a friendly PSA that if you are ordering from a company that you're not sure where they're manufacturer, you need to check. I ordered this beautiful dress because I'm a 2026 bride from a company called Odd Muse in London, and I checked out. It was $225, so it's already kind of a splurge. It didn't say anything about tariffs, or literally it didn't reference them at all. And this morning I woke up saying that my package has arrived in the United States and that I owe a tariff bill of $325. That makes this, although beautiful outfit, $550. What the heck am I supposed to do?
So it looks like I'm not going to be ordering from Amazon.com anymore. You know why? Because those tariffs that Donald Trump imposed on everybody. So now the shipping is like $80. So we got online to order us a new vanity desk. Of course, I said I'm selling my old one, trying to get me a new one. So the vanity desk was online on Amazon for $129.99. We got ready to order it. It jumped all the way up to $224. We're trying to figure out why. So we checked it and it said the tariffs or the taxes for shipping was $79.99. There ain't no way. So of course we said, cancel that order. We clicked cancel because we paid for it. And then we said cancel it because that's crazy. $129.99 and then it went up to $224. I think if I'm calculating it right, because I wasn't the one buying it. But yeah, he was like, cancel. So yeah. We ain't gonna be ordering off of Amazon no more. We ain't gonna be ordering off of Temu, Shein, and nowhere else, okay? If y'all charging $80 for shipping, guess we're going to Walmart.
Excuse the look, I just woke up, but I just got 500 notifications from TikTok Shop that the price of everything in my showcase has gone up. A swimsuit that I just bought for $9 is $50 right now. I bought a dress 3 weeks ago, less than $20. I go and check. It's $100. DT. Can we maybe take it down a few notches? Most of the things that we get on TikTok Shop are so cheap because they come from China. How are we loving those tariffs? I could throw up.